Hello, everybody, and howdy, howdy, howdy. It's a great morning here at Messina Hoff, and we're going to be showing off some extraordinary wine. Look at the label. This is called an Artist Series label. It is fantastic. Labels are designed to create attention at the shelf. Well, this wine gets my attention. I'm telling you, I'm going to get a shirt made of that art. I think it would go beautifully with the hat, don't you think? Well, in any case, that is Gewürztraminer. Gewürztraminer. What does that mean? It means spicy grape. Gewürz, spicy. Traminer, grape. Okay. I think it's one of the most aromatic grapes in the world. And Texas produces some of the most aromatic Gewürztraminers in the world. So it is one that I particularly like because it smells good and it tastes fantastic. So take a look at this. This is the 21 version. This is young, it's fruity, it's floral. Smell it. Woo! They say, Gewürztraminers got that lovely tang of spice. This has it. And especially when they're young. I love young Gewürztraminer. So, smell it. Wow. That is amazing, And one of the things that we're going to be talking about in the Vineyard District this month is we're going to be talking about basil. Basil is that wonderful kind of aromatic, but spicy aromatic. It goes so well with all of our German dishes, Gewürztraminer, German dishes, fabulous, Rouladen, where you take that little meat and roll it up and kind of chew it. Oh, God, it's so good. And the basil in the rouladen, oh, it's fabulous. So, in any case, remember, Gewürztraminer, it's a lovely, lovely wine. A little bit of sweetness, which is great because it balances the crisp acidity in the wine. Okay, the next wine we're going to be talking about is something very, very special. This is the Larry Young Old Vine Cabernet Sauvignon. These grapes were planted in the 1980s in Texas, one of the oldest Cabernet vineyards in the history of our state. And you take a look at these vines. These vines have gone through so much since mid-80s. And look at the color on it. It's still got fabulous color. I'll tell you a story. Merrill and I were in Larry Young's vineyard a couple of years ago, and Larry was getting ready to pull the vines because, vines get old and you start replacing them. Well, I saw the fruit and I saw, this vine that was saying, "Don't pull me up. I still have so much to contribute." And we've left. And Larry, God bless him, he left those vines and they are producing intense aromas, amazing aromas that you can only get with an old vine. And that flavor, that heavily rooted, earthy flavor, and basil, whoa, it's the match of heaven. So we taste it. I tell you, as soon as I drink this, the first thought I have is marinara sauce, pasta, and a nice meatball. Boy, you take the basil and you incorporate it into the meatball. And my mother, Mama Rosa, would make the best meatballs in the world because she loved putting basil in the meat. Okay, so that's the second one. Now, the third wine that we're going to talk about is really special. I mean, we're talking about Primitivo, and it's Paolo Primitivo. And I'll tell you, I've been in vineyards in Texas where you have Zinfandel in one row, Primitivo in the next row, right next to each other. They're supposed to be clonally the same, and they don't look the same. The plant doesn't look the same. The leaf doesn't look exactly the same, and the fruit cluster looks different. So even though they're supposed to be like identical twins, they're strangely twins. I can tell you that. Look at the color on the Primitivo. I mean, it is dark and rich. And why do we get this dark and rich flavors in the state of Texas? Sun. Thank you, sun. Sunlight hits the leaf. The leaf turns the fruit into a dark fruit. That's why where places have a lot of clouds, like in Bordeaux, a lot of clouds, they're having a hard time getting full ripening. We have no problem with ripening. So let's smell this. Whew, boy, Paul Mitchell has done an extraordinary job with the oak in this. It just pops. That's what basil does. Basil, you put basil into anything and you go, oh, I love the flavor of that basil. It stands out. It's an aggressive but beautiful herb, and it grows so easily. Even in the winter, I take my basil plants that I've had all summer and I put them in my greenhouse, and they thrive in the greenhouse. So we have fresh basil all year long. It's fabulous here in the Vineyard District. So let's taste this. I tell you, there are Primitivos that are made in Italy. I would stack this against any of them, and I would say this is much better. So enjoy basil, enjoy these great wines. They all go well with basil, and just explore. One of the enjoyments of culinary is to take things and make combinations that you want to do. You don't have to just follow a cookbook recipe. I mean, that's the whole point. How do you think those books were written? Because somebody was exploring. So, on behalf of everyone, have a wonderful day and enjoy your vino. God bless you all.